Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bitch Bible Podcast. I hope you had a delicious Easter Sunday. She hath risen. And I have a few things I'd like to say. Just top of the show. I feel like I want to get a couple things off of my chest, my chesticles. First things first, not even 20 seconds into this motherfucking episode. I would like to go on record and say that I hate JoJo Siwa. I think she is literally scary. I'm scared of JoJo Siwa, and not for obvious reasons. I have spent no less than 3.5 hours deep diving JoJo Siwa's fucking ponytail and fucking harem pants and fucking neon wall sculptures and fucking hair bows and fucking glitter and fucking costumes and her fucking songs. And hate is a strong word for some people. Not here, not ever. I hate JoJo Siwa. I hate her. I hate everything about her. And I'm sure she's a lovely person. And if we ever come face to face, I'll apologize because it's not, I'm going to lie just for public sport and say that it's for no good reason, but that's not true. It's for a lot of really good reasons. She's fucking terrifying. If I have to see her have like an epileptic seizure, aka dancing in her marble porcelain foyer with a side pony, one more second of my life, I am going to take a fucking bath with my toaster oven. It's the creepiest shit I've ever seen. And oh my God, she's putting out this new song. It's called Carmen. She's like, with her fucking upper lip. She's like, say what you want, but you can't get it out of your head. Yeah, because it's haunting us. It's poltergeisting us. It's terrible. And what's with the costume? Shoulda known better. Come as a bitch. And the lyrics and the singing. I don't understand what's going on. What is happening? What is happening? Why does she have a Jetta or a fucking Prius or a fucking Tesla with her face all over it? What the fuck is going on? Can you imagine being in a lesbianic relationship with JoJo Siwa? Imagine scissoring with JoJo Siwa. Close your eyes and imagine seeing that fucking side pony bobbing around with her fucking eye glitter. Like, is she on meth? Am I on meth? I want to be. I do. It's too much for me. It's consumed me. I don't know where the fuck I've been, but I'm on a real heavy JoJo Siwa algorithm, and it's just every day I see that fucking upper lip, and she's screaming at me. She's always screaming at me, and then I want to scream at somebody else. Speaking of screaming at somebody else, are we going to do this? Let me take my headphones off, because if I do get canceled on TikTok, I just want everyone to see my crimpy weave. It's a crimpy weave with crusty ends because Clyde projectile vomited all over me yesterday. We both have a little case of the sniffles, and and I fed him a bottle, and then he started coughing, and something about the phlegm and the bottle just instigated a full projectile vomit all on the ends of my hair. I was less concerned about his health and more concerned just about the state of my blow dry. I was like, Clyde, really? It got on my hair. It got on my Andiamo bag. Here's the thing about Bottega Veneta, okay, that they don't fucking tell you. I love Bottega bags because I think there is a level of craftsmanship with the woven leather and the beautiful colors. I know a lot of bougie bitches, okay, that are all buying fake bags on the dark, dark web, okay, and while I am tempted, I will not participate because I would tell anybody with a pulse and a limb that the bag was fake, which defeats the purpose, and then I'm ruining it for everybody. But if you're gonna buy a designer overpriced bullshit purse, you want the craftsmanship. For me personally, I want high quality leathers, a rhinestone, some hardware. I want it to be beefy and sexy because then I can justify it in my head. Well, fun story. My gorgeous new purse now has puke encrusted in the woven fucking leather. It's just a special edition, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of gives it that rustic look, and it makes me curse the day my son was born. So that's where we're at. I want to test something out here. I feel like me and Andrew had this conversation yesterday, and he highly, highly discouraged me saying this on a public platform behind a microphone. And the video element of this does make it a little bit awkward. So I just want to see where we're at. last night I watched the Nickelodeon, I forget what it's called, the Nickelodeon like docuseries about Dan Schneider, and it did ruin my childhood. But I think that on the precipice or the brink or the wake, or, fill in the appropriate word, in the wake of this past week's happenings with P. Diddy, okay, with Dan Schneider, I feel like this might be the pocket in time for me to talk about something that is very near and dear to my heart. Now, mothers know, okay, people with children at home, when you have a baby, you see the world very, very differently, and you care about the future, you care about different causes in ways that you didn't before. Everything just has more texture and meaning, and you want to make the world a better, more inclusive place. And I started thinking, like, what does Jackie Schimmel really care about? A lot of people are concerned about the future of the environment, global warming, okay, nuclear weapons, just general rights for women, recycling, the turtles, composting, toxins in our food, childhood obesity, all of the things. I'm very concerned with censorship. And with that said, I want to know how we feel about the hard relaunch of the word retarded. I'm going to let you sit with that for a second. Because in the privacy of my own home, okay, with all the doors and the windows sealed, I casually and effortlessly use the word retarded on a semi-regular basis, usually screaming at my husband or just talking about general things, the weather, my hair, lighting fixtures, whatever it is, okay? And I use it innocently and without any context to the neurodivergent community. I would like to use the word retarded freely with acceptance from the outside world, and I would also like to destigmatize the casual use of an adjective that's just kind of flippant and lackluster at best. Because sometimes in a new mother underslept NyQuil haze, I'm grasping at straws for different adjectives. And when little handy Andy forgets to, put the filter back in the air conditioning vent in our bedroom and I wake up like I just snorted a line of dust, sometimes I just want to scream at him and use the adjective that's on the tip of the tongue. And what's the real big whoop? This is not going to fare well. TikTok is going to eat my ass apart. I'm just saying, if I get cyber hacked by the aliens and they tap in to my Wi-Fi, my Nanit, my security cameras, and they hear me talking about a retarded banana for no reason, just because I don't want to get canceled for that. So I'm just testing the waters. I feel like this is my time. And my throat's closing up because I can just see it. But I'm sorry, and I apologize, and I'll never use it again. But I'm going to start slipping it in here and there, and I'm just going to see how it goes. And if it's not working for y'all, I'll nip it in the bud, and I'll issue a very insincere public apology. But just know that in the privacy of my home, I do sometimes say it, and I'm looking to bring it back in 2024. It's important to have goals. It's important to have causes and goals, and mine is to bring back the word retarded. So have a great day. Goodbye, everybody. It's been really fun. We had a good time. Dim the lights. Dim them. Now I'm going to tell you a really flattering, gorgeous story about me being a wonderful person. A wonderful person. So we can just glaze over those first 9 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So yesterday I went to In-N-Out Burger, which is hilarious because I said a week ago, I was like, listen, and you know what? No one likes when a naturally thin person complains about their body and talks about eating junk food. And I totally get it. There's nothing more cringe and annoying and hi, me. I'm the problem. It's me. Okay. I get it. But I really would like to tighten my shit up. Clyde's fraternity birthday party is just around the corner. I already ordered him his roofie smash cake. Can you imagine? It's funny. It's fucked up, but it's funny. I said, I want to wear a string bikini to my son's first birthday with his face on my tits. Maybe I want to be the girl passing out Jell-O shots with a lucite heel and a string bikini, like a frat rat. Maybe that's what I want to do this summer. And in order to do that, I got to tighten my shit up. The past couple months, I've just been like a trash rat. I'm just like eating so much fast food and I just want like pasta and pizza and beef, and that's all fine too, but not when your agenda is to tighten your shit up so that you can wear a string bikini to your baby's first birthday. They don't go hand in hand. So I'm just like navigating this new post-birth body metabolism, and I'm going to complain about it. And if it's upsetting, I don't give a fuck, okay? Don't deny me the right to be self-conscious. Yeah. How do you like that? Okay, it's called feminism. Get some. So I found myself yesterday at the Camarillo Outlets having a double cheeseburger and a Dr. Pepper, just like wondering what's wrong with me and why I'm self-sabotaging when I'm like trying to do the other thing, okay? And as I was turning into the In-N-Out Burger, I was doing a left-hand turn. And then, people are coming in the right direction to turn in. This really sweet older couple in a pickup truck, they were waiting. So because I had gotten to the left turn first, it's so annoying when people start getting like geography directionally, like it doesn't matter. Whatever. They observed the rules and regulations of drive-through etiquette, and they waited until I was able to make the left turn and let me go first, which I thought was very nice. So in a fleeting moment of philanthropy and kind-hearted nature, ness, when I went to go get my burger, I said, or when I paid for mine, I said, I'd also like to pay for the people behind me, okay? And they said, oh, that's so sweet. And I'm like, oh, it's nothing. It's just, paying it forward. Am I right, Kevin Spacey? And she was like, okay, great. That will be $48.17. And I was like, $48 fucking dollars at an In-N-Out Burger? Those fat fucks. There's only 2 of them. How many burgers are they getting? Are they catering a party? And then I was instantly so regretful because I'm like, for fuck's sake, like I was just doing this as a cheap lunch. I could have gone to an omakase sushi for one. Now I'm stuck picking up, and I couldn't say no at that point. I had already passed the card over. Imagine I'm like, I want to pay for them. I'm like, no, that's okay. So anyways, I did a good deed and I don't feel great about it. But you know what? It's just like the little things. As JoJo Siwa says, karma's a bitch. I should have known better. Also, is Taylor Swift going to sue JoJo Siwa? Because it feels like a cheater brand bop. If you don't know what a cheater brand is, you're not watching The Real Housewives of New York, a la season, 8, when Bethany Frankel and her little fritzy bangs gets really upset at Sonja Morgan and then conveniently reignites the friendship with Sonja Morgan when she has no allies later. It's a game people play, whatever. Cheater brand. Look it up. Anywho. Do you ever just start bawling uncontrollably at some stupid TikTok of a beluga whale, and then a couple days later you start your period and you're like, now it all makes sense, Jackie. Every month I forget about PMS symptoms, and then bam, my whole life's falling apart and I'm screaming at strangers. They're back again to haunt me. Luckily, it's easier to manage PMS with Estra Control. Estra Control is a formula developed by Happy Mammoth, a supplement company dedicated to making women's lives easier. Estra Control contains science-backed herbal extracts that help support hormonal health, so it's perfect for premenopausal women who suffer from PMS. The ingredients in Estra Control help support the liver and where estrogen is processed. So when the estrogen isn't processed well in the liver, women may start having PMS and all the terrible symptoms with it. crazy skin, cravings, feeling low out of nowhere. Now with Estra Control, you don't have to lose a week out of every month because of stupid PMS. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code Jackie at checkout. Once again, go to happymammoth.com and use the code Jackie at checkout for 15% off your entire first order. Are you that one friend in the friend group that loves to treat yourself? It's okay. Honestly, we all do. Like when you get a pedicure and opt for that extra 10-minute foot massage, honey, with green tea infused lotion. Well, if you treat yourself to the top options with everything in life, why settle when finding a doctor? With ZocDoc, you don't have to. Go for the best and find the right doctor for you. I love ZocDoc. If you think I haven't used this, you're dead wrong. I love it. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. Once you find the doctor that you want, you can book them immediately. No more waiting for ages on hold with the receptionist. We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated, credible doctors and specialists who have all verified reviews from actual, real patients, no robots. You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance. This is a huge one. People that are located near you and treat basically any condition you're searching for. The typical wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is between just 24 and 72 hours. That's it. You can even score same-day appointments. If I was looking to really treat myself, it's what I'd use, okay? Go to ZocDoc.com/Bible and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That is ZocDoc.com/Bible, ZocDoc.com/Bible. I wasn't sure if I was going to touch the P. Diddy of it all because it's just kind of like dark and gross and disgusting. He is fighting all of these lawsuits right now, being accused of sex trafficking, rape, sexual abuse, sexual assault, like murder, maybe, allegedly. I'm not sure. I've been on a lot of weird TikTok journeys. I don't want to get fucking sued for slander. I don't know. He's being accused of a lot of things. And you know, it's not looking great for him. Both of his homes were raided in Los Angeles and Miami. There are old interview clips that are resurfacing. Usher, one of the more popular ones, somebody asks Usher, would you allow a 15-year-old to stay in P. Diddy's house? Something of that tune about Justin Bieber or his own kids. I'm not sure. He very adamantly and kind of not sarcastically says absolutely not, which kind of alludes maybe Usher was privy to some of P. Diddy, Puffy, what are we calling him? P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, to some of his behaviors, shall we say. This is what I would like to discuss. The silent bop songstress of the early 2000s, Cassie, okay, who kind of spearheaded this whole P. Diddy investigation. She filed a lawsuit last year saying that he required her to carry a firearm to make her uncomfortable. Lots of sexual abuse, lots of sexual assault. You know, you can Google it. I'm not a lawyer, but lots of bad stuff. Cassie has given us two of the greatest bops of the early 2000s, and I feel like we don't talk about it enough. Me and You. It's me and you. Now, I've been waiting. Think I want to make that move now. Baby, tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it. I mean, it's unbelievable. And then what about Long Way to Go? Long Way to Go. Okay, this is a deep Cassie cut. Not a hit. Not a hit for the masses, but a hit for this bitch, okay? A long way to go. You want to love me? You want to touch me? Think twice because you got a long way to go. I love a breathy, kind of borderline monotone, not fully singing pop star, because I think that's maybe the lane that I could live in. You know what I mean? It all goes back ding ding to me. Long way to go. Just honestly, give Cassie the streams. We need to stand behind her and we need to support her, and just go find it on Spotify and listen to it on loop for 3 days to show your support for Cassie, because we did her fucking dirty. Dirty. Speaking of dirty, I was in Vegas earlier this week, and Low key, I kind of love Las Vegas. I do. I love the fanny packs. I love the bejeweled t-shirts. I like sports, regardless. Sports? Shorts. Fucking shorts. Not sports. Shorts. Everyone's wearing fucking shorts. It doesn't matter if it's 30 degrees. People who go to Vegas wear shorts, okay? And they love a banana clip. You know who loves a banana clip? This bitch. I like the fumes. I like the scents. I like the yardsticks. I like the crust. I like, walking out onto the strip first thing in the morning and just seeing all the broken people holding their heels and the bandage dresses and the side bangs and the little clutch. I love everything. I love it. I think there is a way to do Vegas that is like a little bit crusty, but also can be very fun. You go to a great dinner, you have great cocktails, you go see a show, and you go to bed at 9 p.m. It really lends itself to any type of an experience. And I don't know, I find it to be interesting. Like, I think I might be someone that just regularly goes to Vegas. I had the best time. We were there for 18 hours. I was like, maybe we shouldn't go. Maybe I should stay back. Andrew and I both haven't left the baby together. When I left, he was there. If he's left, I've been there. But it was one night. It was really important to Andrew. I'm a selfless, loving, tender, supportive wife. And I said, you know what? I'm going to pack my leather hot shorts and I'm going to fucking roll through, baby. So we went to Momofuku, which was stunning. And then we went and saw Teddy Swims, which was stunning. Okay. Andrew has worked with Teddy Swims for like 6 years before he blew the fuck up. And he's always just had like such an affinity for him and his voice and his talent. And it's really cool. You know what's cool about being married to a music producer? I hope he never fucking listens to this. I'll never let him hear this. There's just something about it that's always a little bit exciting because you never know what's around the corner. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's got like there's some perks to it. And it's cool when Andrew's like really invested in an artist and like really loves them, and then they like pop the fuck off out of nowhere, and then you're like along for the ride, and it's just this like beautiful camaraderie. It's fun. It's cool. It's very sweet. Andrew was like misty crying at the concert because he was just so happy for him. Not for himself, but just for the whole experience. It was lovely. And he's just the nicest guy, and it's so nice when someone wins that fucking deserves it. You know what I mean? It's just a great thing to witness. And he was so sweet. He said the sweetest little homage to Andrew in the middle of the concert. And I was still somehow able to be in bed by 10:30 p.m., which was really exciting. And it was worth the trip. I had a really good time. My feet hurt. I wore a sensible ankle boot. And Andrew, I was actually saying nice things about you, and now you're slamming things around in the kitchen while I'm recording. This isn't a hobby. You need me. Is the baby up? Tender moments at the Schimmel-Haas house. Woo, woo, woo. What was I saying? Fuck that guy. He's retarded. God, it feels so good. I never want to have secrets. Okay? I don't want to have skeletons. I don't want to get canceled. I just want to be myself. Okay? I want to talk like myself. With vomit in my hair. Anyways, what were we talking about? Vegas. You should go. It's a good time. I love it. It's cheese dick and I'm cheese dick. Like all the appealing parts of Vegas are things that I, like in my personal life, really are fond of. I had the most gorgeous martini at the Bellagio, like lobby bar, like a piano bar, okay? They have a Petrosian, which is like a caviar spot, and they have the Petrosian Bellagio martini that comes with a caviar cigar. You get a super tanker vodka martini to the motherfucking brim. This is a tip that I'm sure I've shared, but if you're a full-blown fucking amateur, you need to do this when you order your martinis. You have to ask for a sidecar of the ice because maybe they're a little loosey-goosey in the wrist and they over pour you and then it doesn't fill in the cup. But if you say, hey, can I get a sidecar of the ice chips, which makes it seem like you're trying to be responsible and dilute things. But really, you're just trying to get every little fucking drop of that goddamn Belvedere or whatever your vodka is of choice. So it works both ways. And then sometimes you end up getting like a martini and a half. Just saying. So I had this gorgeous super tanker Bellagio caviar martini. They take a huge block of ice and they whittle a hole in it and then they put the glass in the block of fucking ice so it stays ice cold with a hand-stuffed blue cheese martini with a hand-stuffed blue cheese olive. Mwah. About 713 people sent me this article about these conjoined twins that got married last weekend. Conjoined twins, Brittany and Abby Hensel, got married to Josh Bowling just a hop, skip, and a jump ago. They shared kisses on the dance floor during their first dance. Their song was Losing Control by Matt Simmons. Haven't heard of it. As reported by E! News, Abby and her sis conjoined from the belly button down. That means they share a vagina, just in case you were wondering. They wore matching half-up, half-down hairstyles with sparkly clips. I'm assuming a ringlet tendril to frame the face. And they had lace lining around the sleeves and the back. And Josh wore a simple gray suit and glasses. Okay. 2 for the price of 1. Get it, Josh. I have a lot of questions about conjoined twins. So obviously they're both in love with this guy, hopefully, or they have to just like make a mutual decision together. They're like, that guy Todd, he's, a little inambitious and smells weird. But then, Justin, he's kind of a go-getter, but he's a little active for our lifestyle. But, Josh Bowling seems fine. Like, do they have to like have like coffee talk about what they're into, and they have to make compromises? Like, maybe what's her face? Maybe Abby likes Latin men, okay? And maybe what's her face? Brittany likes a Gentile Lake Tahoe kind of bro with mashed potato face. So they have to settle somewhere in between. I don't know. I find the whole thing to be, I'm very happy for them, obviously. I hope they live a long, gorgeous life together. But it's awkward. I would like to be on their holiday card list. What do they register for? I mean, I guess all the same things that people with, I'm not gonna get into the language here because I'm already on such wafer thin ice. I think it's sweet. I think it's cute. I think they wore 2 veils, which is nice. I don't love a half up, half down. If you're going half up, half down, I feel like it has to be like very like clean, minimalist. Just moving forward for all brides, I don't think we need any like curly tendrils. It's giving orthodox. It just we don't need a ringlet tendril, and I don't know that we need hair clips. I don't know that we need a sparkly hair clip. And that's someone who loves a sparkly anything. I just, that's just me. But whatever. I hope they're very happy together. Here's the thing. What if Brittany is a freak in the sheets? Freak in the sheets. Come on, Schimmel. And then Abby is, a little bit more reserved. Maybe perhaps a bit of a prude. Like, how do they decide? Does one rest their eyes if they're not up for hanky-panky and then the other one really has to perform? And then you're kind of like having a threesome with your sister. It's weird. The whole it's just a weird dynamic. The whole thing is not weird. It's beautiful. Love is love, okay? I support it, I endorse it, and I celebrate it. I just think that if you're sharing a husband with your flesh and blood and your sister, and you're sharing a vagina with your sister, I don't have the cerebral capacity to figure it out. Jesus Christ, Jackie. Motherfucker. Ugh, now I'm using the Lord's name on Easter Sunday. God fucking damn it. If Abby and Brittany and Jason, what's his name? Josh, Jason, tomato. If they don't work out, you know what they could do with their wedding rings? They could create a divorce ring like my favorite feminist, Emrata. I can't decide if Emrata... You shouldn't put women in a box. 2 things can exist at the same time. I can be sexy and I can also be a philanthropist. Like, I can already, when I talk about Emrata, I already know what the counter argument is from Emrata because it's so It's so typical and it's so expected. And if you're really a smart person, you really can see every 360 on when you're being a cunt and you know exactly what the counter argument is and then the rebuttal. Like you see it way far in advance. I mean, I'm a dumb fuck, so I don't really know, but I do know the Emrata effect. She took her engagement ring from her previous husband and she created a divorce ring because she's like, you shouldn't be shed from your diamonds after your marriage fails or whatever she said. What did she say? She says, the rings represent my own personal evolution. I don't think a woman should be stripped of her diamonds just because she's losing a man. Honey, you don't lose men. They lose you. Okay? They lose you, as they say. I can't tell if Emrata wants to be Elizabeth Taylor or Gloria Steinem. Both can exist. You can be a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. Stop limiting women to just one thing. We are multifaceted creatures that can't be stopped. Okay. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Clap. I hate this whole narrative. I hate when anytime someone criticizes a woman or anything, which is my fucking job, then it becomes a feminist issue and now we're putting people in boxes. I love boxes. I love transparent boxes with little fucking labels on them. Call me old fashioned. It's not that big of a fucking deal. Not everything has to be hyper intellectualized and it has a meaning and a purpose and it's all very extensive. It's so boring. Grow up. By the way, if I ever saw Emrata walking down the street towards me, I would crumble. But also, how great if she walked up to me and she was like, you're a fucking cunt. I would be like, I know. I'm sorry. I would totally take ownership. I'd be like, you're right. And you're gorgeous. So fuck me. What do you care? It's not all about looks. Isn't it though? I'm kidding. I'm fucking joking, okay? I need dental work and a weave. And I got to get a lap band surgery if I'm ever going to make it to Clyde's fucking birthday party in a string bikini. I just can't do Ozempic. Even for a month. People have said, I know a lot of fucking people, they're like, do Wegovy or Mounjaro or Ozempic and like you'll be back in business. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. That is so not my journey. I take a hands-off approach. I'm just lazy in all capacities. That feels like a lot of fucking work. I don't want to be nauseous. I also like to chew. I like to eat. I don't want to inject my body with anything. I barely take Advil. I always joke like Unisom, NyQuil. I take half the dosage. Like, this is me being fucking wild. I'm drinking a caffeine-free Diet Coke with a plastic purple straw because I like the color juxtaposition, and I really do love the tones of the can. It's kind of like a unlacquered raw brass with a pop of purple for sport. This is me being fucking wild and crazy. So it's not going to happen. I would like the right to complain about my naturally thin body until I snatch up. And if that makes you uncomfortable, look inward. This week's episode is also sponsored by Nurex. The healthcare system can be so miserable. We've all had some shitty medical appointment that we've left just feeling so unheard or uncared for. Luckily, Nurex is here to help. Nurex is a digital healthcare platform that makes it easy to get the expert healthcare you deserve at every step of your journey. Everybody is different, so Nurex provides treatment and care that's personalized to you. Through life's changes and transitions, Nurex is here to help you make informed choices about your health with care offerings like birth control, anti-aging prescription skincare, and treatment for common mental health concerns, all tailored to your unique health history and goals. I think Nurex is so great because they are built on a care model designed to grow with women. From birth control to wrinkles and dark spot treatment, Nurex understands that women's healthcare journeys are unique and ever-changing. That is why Neurex's care model provides comprehensive treatment options specific for women so that they can receive ongoing, high-quality, integrated care all in one place. In fact, to date, Neurex has delivered birth control to more than 1.6 million patients in the United States, and they offer more than 50 birth control formulas. We love that. Thanks to Neurex for sponsoring this podcast. Taking control of your reproductive health starts here. Go to Nurex.com/Bible to get started. That's NURX.com/BIBLE. Results may vary, not offered in every state. Medications prescribed only if clinically appropriate. Consultation required. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring this week's episode. Calling all my girl bosses or boy bosses, but I guess they just call those bosses, LOL. Whether you're starting a brand new business or managing a growing brand, Squarespace is the go-to all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. They make it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. Squarespace makes it so easy to create a completely personalized website with their new guided design system, Squarespace Blueprint. You can choose from professionally curated layouts and styling options to build a unique online presence tailored to your brand or your business. They have integrated, optimized SEO tools, which make it even easier to get discovered fast and grow the way that you want. As if that doesn't sound easy enough, you can update written content on any website, product description, or email with Squarespace AI. All you've got to do is explain what your site is about, choose your tone, and enter what you need, and bam, you've got a personalized short or long-form text for your website. Squarespace also makes checkout seamless for your customers with simple but powerful payment tools, which accept credit cards, PayPal, and Apple Pay. Also in eligible countries, Squarespace offers customers the option to buy now and pay later with Afterpay and ClearPay. Getting paid has never been easier. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/Bible to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I tried to watch The Valley last night. It's not for me. I mean, I can put it on in the background, but it's not sticking for me. Can I tell you, I probably have already said this, I love Lala Kent. I think she is the unsung hero of Bravo television. I think she is so smart. I think she is so wise. I have loved watching my caffeine-free Diet Coke is making me misty. I have truly appreciated and enjoyed watching her journey as a human. And I truly feel that it is very rare when we see somebody evolve for the better on reality television. And I think that Lala Kent is maybe one of the only, maybe not the only, but the best example of someone who has really evolved into a smarter, more successful, aware human being. And normally it's the opposite. So that's just a personal Lala Kent appreciation homage. Also, no notes for Allie Luber. Joe, who is, Tom Schwartz's roommate / love interest / BFF. I don't know. Okay, Jojo Siwa. There's a theme here. Jojo Siwa and Joe on Vanderpump Rules. No two Joes have made me more uncomfortable. And I have a cousin Joe who is a walking social liability, who we love, who I think we need to bring back because it's all fair game now. She did almost get me canceled a couple times and I did lose a few advertisers, but you know what? Name them, let them go. Merce in the purse, dump them in the river. Who gives a fuck? If that, offends you, if her spirit offends you so much that you don't want to advertise on this show, fuck them. Let's bring back Cousin Joe. I'm going to give that bitch a call. She's on a spiritual journey somewhere. She's probably doing ayahuasca in Topanga Canyon right now. So we'll shelf that for a later time. Joe from Vanderpump Rules, I don't know what the fuck's going on with her. It's this faux quirky energy, and then she's got the braids, and then she's got a trucker hat, and she's got a fucking tank top on, and she's just like, she makes me so rashy. She makes me so uncomfortable in my own home, on my own sofa, in my own fucking pajamas, with my own fucking martini. That bitch, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think Tom Schwartz, and I regret already saying this out loud because I'm sure I'm going to get my ass whipped. I think Tom Schwartz is kind of a snack. I mean, I think he's a pussy. Like, just looking at him makes me want to take a bouquet of Ultra tampons and shove them inside of me, because I just blinking at him makes me want to get my menstrual cycle, because he is such a pussy. But I do think he's hot. And that's something that I'm just going to have to deal with internally. It's hard. I don't get it. Please disregard my very nasally voice this week. I have contracted whatever virus Clyde has. And I just want you to know, like, I'm a super hands-on mother. That's how one inherits. Is it inherit? Like a carrot, like a bunny, like Easter. It all comes full circle. Being a hands-on mother, the past couple days, I have ingested many a droplet, many a viral particle. So now I'm a bit under the weather. My sinuses have been relatively clogged, but as I sat down to pick up recording again, I just noticed there's about 18 urine stains on my extremely overpriced rug that I thought might be a write-off because it's in the office. So Leo's been doing some motherfucking work, because Leo doesn't want to fuck up her blow dry, just like her mother, because it's raining outside. So actually, I'm getting less congested by the second, because the pungency of the urine is infiltrating my nostrils, and it's doing something. It's kind of like a urine aromatherapy. Now, let's talk about motherhood, specifically my journey with motherhood. I'm a bit under fire with some distant relatives and strangers on the internet. I asked my assistant, Josh, the other day. I texted him very randomly, like first thing in the morning. I was like, hey, weird ask, but would you mind photoshopping a picture of Clyde's face onto Elle Woods dressed as a slutty bunny at the Halloween Harvard party? And he said, sure thing. And I said, thanks, baby. And sure enough, it is what could only be described as a Louvre-worthy masterpiece. I would like to clarify that in the photo that is photoshopped, Clyde, my son, is giving a lot of forehead. It's not fetal alcohol syndrome. It's just the best way that we could fit his small face into, Reese Witherspoon's Elle Woods face. So I would like to clarify the forehead. It's all very symmetrical and proportionate. It's just, it is serving fetal alcohol syndrome, which unfortunately, he does not suffer from. I got a lot of DMs. I got a lot of weird text messages of people being appalled that I would Photoshop a photo of my 8-month baby. I think I have something in my tooth. Hold on. It's a little mignonette from my oysters. That I would, against his will, exploit my baby by photoshopping him on a seductive woman's body with a corset and bunny ears and, whatever. Now, I want to say this very, very clearly for the dumb fucks in the back, okay? If my son later in life, at any point in his life past the age of 5, sees that photo and is really, really upset by it or embarrassed, I have not done a good job as a mother. I'm hoping, like, by age 10, my son wants to use that photo as his bar mitzvah sign-in board and thinks it's hilarious and brings the photo to show and tell. The one thing that I might be good at as a mother is instilling a little bit of a, laissez-faire sense of humor, okay? Some type of durability, some type of resilience for the big bad world. If I have a little pussy ass son, okay, that's 12, that's like, Mom, why did you do that? You ruined my life. I will find the saddest, darkest YouTube videos about starving children in third world countries, and I will play it on loop and feed him a little grain of rice so he knows what struggling is really like. Me photoshopping a photo of him on Elle Woods, if that traumatizes him, then he's a pussy, and I've done a terrible, terrible job as a parent, okay? And I really don't understand how people's brains work. Like, that's wrong. Why? Who hurt you? It's offending you. Why? Because you think that it's corrupt or morally bankrupt? Great. Move the fuck on. Also, it's Transgender Unity Day on the same day as fucking Easter. So pick your fighter. Okay, sorry that I'm woke and inclusive. A woman of the world. You know what else I did this morning, which was very brave? So it's Easter Sunday, and I needed to get a couple like sweet potatoes and things. I'm making baby tots. Get over it. And I was at my farmer's market picking up certain things. And then I thought, I don't really feel like slicing and dicing and peeling. So I'm also just going to, pull a Louie and go to the local Trader Joe's to get all of those things. Now, I don't go to my local Trader Joe's because of the one-armed bandit who accidentally, with his hook, Captain Hook, got a snag in my new Loewe bag. But I figured, okay, it's Easter Sunday. He's older. He probably has some form of grocery store tenure. What is it called? I don't know. Where maybe he gets holidays off and then they're going to put the high school students, on shift during Easter. So I went in and I wore sunglasses inside like a full-blown disgusting troll rat fuck and got in and out in under 35 seconds. I did see him in the nut section, which I think maybe is a safer bet for him. Although, once again, does he need to be handling bagged products? Probably not. He should be in shipping and handling. He should be in the unboxing department in the back, opening up the boxes with his hook. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a thought. I saw him. My stomach fell out of my asshole. I got in and out. We made no eye contact. It was a clean fucking break. So happy. Here's another thing that makes me happy on Easter Sunday. She hath arisen. So it was a gorgeous morning in the neighborhood. Okay. Beautiful, sunny, delicious. I saw all of these families. This is how I know me and Andrew are like probably going to make it. It's never 100%, but I feel somewhat confident about it. We were driving to lunch and seconds before, okay, the sun was shining, the birds were chirping, the flowers were blossoming. It was a gorgeous Easter Sunday. And then out of fucking nowhere, it started horrendously pouring, raining cats, dogs, and creepy Easter bunnies, hailing. And I saw all of these people, these cute families in their little button downs and their little, weird khaki pants and live, laugh, loving, just walking through the neighborhood, enjoying their Sunday. And then all of a sudden, just hail, cats, dogs, locusts, slaying of the firstborn. Passover, okay, I will die on the hill. When you think about Jewish holidays, okay, and you think about slaying of the firstborn, locusts, plagues, frogs, blood, all of that shit, and then it's hoppity hop, the Easter bunny's here, and he's here to deliver little rainbow eggs for the kiddos. It couldn't be more opposite. So it's hard to digest. When I saw those little families with their little fucking baskets and those little fucking little collared shirts running, heading for the hills, being downpoured on, me and Andrew were laughing so hard. Children crying, eggs flying, family portraits ruined. Oh, it's funny. It would be funny if it was us. It gave me a gay old chuckle on Easter Sunday. You see the happy workout couple, the dinks, no kids, 3 dogs, bike shorts, little Viore matching outfits, power walking with their lattes, and all of a sudden they're just fucking drenched and they're miserable. And they're 1 block away from crippling bronchitis because it's so cold and it's so wet. You got to find joy where you can get it. That's the moral of this Easter Sunday, girly. It was funny. I liked it. This week's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Spring has sprung, people. I'm finally making an effort to crawl out from under my rock and I don't know, interact with people, go to events, all the exciting things we do when the sun is out. But in the spring fever of it all, it can be so easy to spread yourself too thin and ignore your social battery. And as someone that likes to be home by 9 p.m., my social battery gets drained very, very quickly. Therapy can be a great tool to give you the self-awareness to build a social life that's actually good for you and not draining. If you're thinking of starting therapy, BetterHelp is an amazing place to start. It is entirely online. It's great for you busy bees out there because it's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire, and BetterHelp will match you with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. It is a fraction of the cost of traditional therapy. I could not recommend this enough. Don't be the annoying girl at a brunch, just trauma dumping on all your friends. Get some professional help and, utilize BetterHelp. Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/bitchbible today to get 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/bitchbible. Let's talk about the Biermans, shall we? It's been a minute. Haven't heard much. It's been crickets over there. Until this week, we learned that Brielle Bierman got her Range Rover repossessed. Now, I want to talk about this because as someone who has also had a vehicle repossessed about 10 years ago, humble brag, it's no bueno over there. And I've always worried about their finances. I always had. I had a little Ashkenazi hunch that, those numbers were not adding up with all the love bracelets and the cars and the hair and the outfits. And there's just always something hinky about someone hyperflexing in a Givenchy tracksuit and a G-Wagon and this, that, the other thing. But you don't. Just buy a house or do if you have all of that expendable income, and I'm not counting anyone's money, but maybe you take care of those things first before you bust out in a Gucci lame. I don't know. Call me crazy. Call me someone who's also had their car repossessed. I get it. Yo comprendo mucho. So her Range Rover was about 2,000 something bucks a month, and she had not been paying it. It got repossessed. Kim and Croy were unable to bail her out. And now they are allegedly shopping a reality show that does not involve Croy. It's just about Brielle, Ariana, and good old Kimmy Cakes. And honestly, this is the time. I thought they should have done that when shit was hitting the fan. I mean, if that's their bread and butter and that's their, one-way ticket to financial freedom, then roll the fucking tapes. They've been doing it their whole life. They might as well do it now when they can capitalize on it. You know what's interesting? I don't know if I talked about this. And maybe I shouldn't, but it has come up a lot in the past, I would say a couple months. I have been asked by probably 3 or 4 people that are very in the world of the Real Housewives if I would ever be interested, which I think is hilarious because I would think that it would be very obvious that my answer would be hard fucking no. Just in no universe, never. I mean, I do think that of all the franchises, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is the least embarrassing. I don't find that it's a death sentence if you're on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I think that it is of higher brow, and it's just it's not in the same realm as the others. I do think that I would sooner eat glass, throw it up, and then drink it again for fun. It would never happen. And I was trying to think of a way to politely decline, but not that anything, never, nothing formal, nothing serious, but just people being like, hey, would you ever be interested? Would you do that? The answer is politely, respectfully, no fucking way, ever, ever, ever. Could be bought, could always be bought, but the number would be so ridiculous that it would never happen. I was thinking about, can you fucking imagine? I would tear that place up. Okay. I would sweep. I would kill. Okay. There would be carcasses on the ground and I would do it swiftly and deliciously. I mean, I would reinvigorate the franchise. Beverly Hills is wonderful. Orange County, I think Jesus Jugs is really going to bring it back. New York, I'm excited about New York. They announced a couple days ago that they're keeping all the same cast for season 2 of the reboot. And I think that was a very, very smart decision because yes, season 1, it was a little soft, but it has potential and you have to give these girls a second shot. Now they have dynamics. Now they have friendships. Now they have enemies. There's enough context. Sorry, my nasal passages are a little. There's enough history and context and tension or camaraderie, if you will, between the women that I think season 2 is going to be stunning. Stunning. We'll all wait for Bethany Frankel's hot fucking take. Bethany Frankel cannot physically take a day off. Anything that's happening in the world, it truly like rotates on an axis around Bethany Frankel. I think she is smart. I think she is funny. I think she is a fucking asshole. And I mean that lovingly, okay? It's too much. The lights have to dim. When someone's so smart, I do it myself. You intimidate people by like grandstanding and just changing the narrative, as Carol Radswell once said. She just can't fucking stop. She's at the epicenter of everything with a hot take, and it's all so self-gratuitous and so self-indulgent. And the lack of self-awareness is cloaked in fraudulent self-awareness, if that makes any sense. And it's kind of weird to watch. It's like, I'll keep it really simple. I'm not going to do the thing that she does where you just start throwing a bunch of words so you confuse people, and it's bizarre. It's just like stupid. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get what's going on. Riveted, confused, a little disturbed, but perplexed, and like go to lunch by a top. Whatever. Okay. People are being punched in the face in New York. Like at every corner. It's like a whole thing. Women specifically are being punched in the face by these randos that then jet away by moped. It's completely fucked up. How do you even like rectify a situation like this? Like randos are just punching you in the face and then they just scoot on over. Like I don't get it. Scary. I was planning on taking Clyde to New York probably next month. And now I'm like, are we good? Is that like, but it's everywhere. There's always something everywhere. It's fucked up. But Bethany Frankel, she also says that she was punched in the face, which I feel terrible about. No one should ever be assaulted, obviously. It's disgusting and an abuse of physicality and protection and safety and boundaries. And it's just like both humiliating and disgusting at the same time. I don't think I've been punched. See, now what I'm doing, I'm making it about me. I have not been punched in the face, but I have been slapped in the face by a woman on a Hawaiian Airlines flight a la 2011, and I deserved it. Not a pity story, just a true story. So, it's just a little bit about me. Anyways, you know what's also killing me today? Twin, where have you been? Nobody knows me like you. I'm wrong key. Twin, where have you been? There's no way to make that cool. Actually, no, there's no way to make that cool. I was trying to think of something. It's annoying. It's done. Can we put the kibosh on it? Twin, where have you been? I'm trying to think of any situation. No, I don't like it. I hate it. I'm over it. It's done. It's dead in the motherfucking water. Okay. Guess what I'm making for dinner tonight? I'm making a rack of lamb because I'm going to let my little lamb chop Clydie try a little bit of lamb. Mary had a little lamb and then Jackie cooked it. Woo! I'm going to make a retarded rack of lamb. If this is my last episode because I get canceled, I'm going to be bummed. It's going to be a huge bummer. I was talking to Andrew. We were just talking about like how people process, this is just a really sharp right. We were talking about how people process like grief and trauma. And Andrew and I both lost parents like in our mid-20s. So we're a little desensitized to death. You know, we have like kind of a morbid, both of us have like a morbid, dark sense of humor about it. And I think that's just like a coping mechanism, makes everything easier. It's not running, it's not denying your feelings. Don't be weird, don't be stupid, don't be a pussy. It's just like, it makes it a little bit easier. Laughter is the lubrication of life, as I always say. So I have someone that I'm trying to put this, she's never going to listen to this. My housekeeper is Trauma FM. Okay, every day it's her sisters, brothers, uncles, cousin who is 116 who has pancreatic cancer. And it's always, she always comes in and she's like, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, what? And she's like, oh, it's bad news. And I'm like, okay, but I'm having a good day. So is this going to be a bummer or what? She's like, my brother's ex-wife's sister passed away yesterday. And I want to look at her and I want to say, honey, sweet cheeks, do you think I give 1/8 of a fuck? That is so fucking removed from me. And I'm like, oh, really? That's so sad. Like, how old was she? She's like, she was 87. And I'm like, oh, that's too bad. Like, I can't feign sympathy. Like, once every 3 weeks, I can do the thing like, oh, 86, gone too soon. Andrew and I were talking about it last night at dinner. I was like, listen, I love my Grandma Gloria more than anything. She's kind of like one of my best friends. She's 93 years old. You know, God forbid, I think she's probably going to live another 20 years. But like, you know, in the next couple years, if she bit the dust, I would be bummed. I would say this right to her face. I'd be bummed and I'll be like sad, but I'm not going to like walk around with a black veil. You know what I mean? Like anything after, dare I say it, 77 is pretty much a great run. And me personally, I can't be the shoulder to lean on. I'm not going to be your pillar of strength, especially if it's someone that is 18 times removed from my personal world. An 86-year-old dying of pancreatic cancer is not going to garner a vigil candle from this insensitive bitch. And I'm like, and I don't even know how to like do the face and do the sound like, oh no, that's too bad. And finally, the other day I said to her, I'm like, you know, that is really sad. But you realize that I lost my mother at 25. So I think they're gonna be okay. Like this dude that she was talking about was 80 years old and like lost his mother. And I'm like, he's half dead. Like they both should cross the rainbow bridge. Big fucking whoop. Like have a celebration of life and a, Diet Coke with a purple straw and keep it fucking moving. Like, oh no. And she's like, oh, it's terrible. Everything, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. And I'm like, we got to revisit this. This is feeling a little third eye blind, semi-charmed kind of life, comparatively speaking. And I don't like comparative trauma, but I'm just saying I'm not your girl. Don't send me an 8-paragraph DM about your great grandmother passing because you're not going to get an edible arrangement from me. It's all good. Live, laugh, love. That's a beautiful life, a gorgeous tapestry of happenings. You should be so lucky. Like, lay down. It's good. After 80, lie down. Take a load off, okay? Drink all the Diet Coke. Smoke cigarettes. Do drugs. When I'm 85, by the way, if I live to be 85, which I think I will, I'll probably be like 135, being like, for fuck's sake, pull the plug. Like full poltergeist. That's when I'm going to take up recreational drug use. That's when I'm going to like start doing frog blood or something, ayahuasca, Molly, Coke, meth, whatever I can get my little hands on. Depends how I'm feeling. Frisky and fun. I'm going to be with crimped hair, just shooting up, okay? Snorting fun dip and whatever else I can get my goddamn hands on. Not really, allegedly. I don't do any drugs. It's not cool to say, but I don't do any drugs. I feel like I have to say that just to like keep the lights on. And boy, are they hot. Thank you so much for listening to the Bitch Bible podcast. What a pleasure. It is a pleasure to chat with you. And God willing, I'll be back next week. But if not, we had a great run. It is time to lie down. As the great Heather Dubrow once said, if everyone says you're dead, it's time to lie down. So I'm just going to get my pillow. Goodbye. Done. Fin. Ugh. The phlegm is phlegmy.